Good. Okay. Hello. So first of all, who am I standing up here? My name is Johan Falk. Typically in Swedish, I joke about that you can search for me online. It's easy to find me. But I run an agency called WP so we work with WordPress. We build and maintain websites and typically work together with communication agencies. I've been working with WordPress since 2009. Nothing to brag about, but just some info about me and family. I have a 5-year-old daughter, married, go to our summer house in Finland most often, and I like football. So then you know a couple of things about me. If you want to, talk later on, pick up something else than just WordPress. But that's me. What I want to talk about, we actually had here. I changed the title a bit. So a quick look at the Swedish WordPress community, rather than moving the WordPress community forward. So that's what I'm gonna do. In terms of community, I think that the community aspect is one of the greatest strengths of WordPress. WordPress can be used as a tool in many different ways, for many different problems, etc. But one of its greatest strengths is the community. But it's not the only thing, obviously. There's a lot of other things which why WordPress is successful, but it's one of the bigger things. So I'm gonna throw a lot of things at you in a short amount of time. So I was do a quick overview of what happened in 2006 with the Swedish WordPress community at a glance. Look a bit on what's happening in 2017. And my hope is that maybe some of you pick up something up here and feel that, okay, that's something I would want to participate in and continue with. So that's what we hopefully come down to in the end. If you have questions or anything, just go for it, or we can do it in the end as well. It doesn't matter. So what happened in 2016? And this is a very subjective way of talking about it. But meetups, like the one we're at today. So from what I found, we've had 8 meetups in 4 cities within the Swedish community. So in Malmö, Norrköping, Stockholm, Uppsala. So that's great. We had a WordCamp Stockholm, which Stanislav was the main organizer. No, but we were a lot of people involved. I think we had around 275 participants. I think there's some people who were here. Anyone who were there last year? Half of the group, okay. Another event was that the WPSV.se, which has been sort of you could say the main site for the Swedish WordPress community, went into hibernation. Matthias Tengblad, who had been running it, took sort of a step back, so that went into hibernation. And then there also started to be some discussions around the WordCamp Nordic. So those discussions started. So that's a bit of what happened during last year. So what's going on for this year? One area is the site WPSV.se, which we are doing a relaunch on very soon. So you see here, it's just a screenshot of the start page. The development of it is happening on GitHub. So if you want to participate or just check it out, please go there. You can find the slides later on as well, and the links works and etc. But otherwise, there's this organization on GitHub. So very much appreciated if you want to help out with that. And there's also a Slack group. We have WPSV.slack.com. There's a channel, Nyutveckling WPSV. So where some discussion around this is ongoing. And one of the main focuses on this relaunch has been to try to maybe streamline the site a bit more, to actually decrease its content a bit and maybe be more of a guiding experience towards, so a visitor comes there and maybe finds an external resource for what they need or their issue. So that's WPSV.se. Another area is these meetups. So obviously we kick off 2017 with this now in January. And there's going to be a lot of information here, and I think also, this gives it away a bit, but I think when Stanislav sort of announced this, the excerpt for this talk, this was the big surprise. So standing ovations is expected. But no, we're going to have a recurring venue going forward. So there's this place called the Food Café at Skanstull on Söder. And they actually, like, they do meetups for a living, you could say. And we've been able to what do you say, partner up with them, and we might be able to do it other places as well. You know, let's see. But our thought is to sort of have our home there and have a lot of meetups there. They have a ping pong table. That's important. The second thing is to try to have recurring dates so that we don't do this every 6 months or 8 months. Our ambition is to have this every third Tuesday every month. Now we all know the Swedish summers, how everything sort of stops working, but so maybe we'll end up with 10 meetups for the entire year, somewhere around that. But that's our hope. So that's a recurring date. We have a Slack channel once again, the same WPSV.se, so sign up for that. And there's a channel, hashtag Meetup Stockholm, where we hope could be, you know, for anyone, before a meetup, after a meetup, maybe during a meetup, I don't know, but to have related discussions around these types of meetups. And we're also, it's not set up entirely already, but it's there at least. So a Trello board for ideas, to try to sort of work through maybe topics for these types of meetups. So anyone, if there's an area where you would want to be able to discuss more, or maybe have a meetup focused on this specific thing. So we're going to try to use this Trello board as an area where we can do that. You know, bring them up, people can vote on them, we can have discussions, and, you know, plan according to that. So those are our high-level things for this year, for the WordPress Stockholm meetups. And so that means that the next meetup is going to happen on Tuesday, February 21st. Also, side note is that it seems like there's 2 other cities who starts up meetups in Sweden. So I think both Helsingborg and Gothenburg have a meetup planned, at least for February. So that's kind of nice. So from 4 to another 2 cities. Another WordCamp. So we had the WordCamp, as mentioned, in November last year. Now we did a retro. You recognize this guy? Jimmy was here. So we did a retro. I think it went well. You know, we tried to summarize what we learned, what we could have done better. But in general, it seems like people are interested to do something similar for this year. There's no decision specifically about setup or location. Last year was together with Internetdagarna, which went well, but there's no exclusivity that we need to do it that way. And we've set up, once again, a channel on the Slack, so where those discussions will continue. And then probably during maybe this first quarter or something, look at what our options are and what we want to do. So hopefully we're planning to get another WordCamp in Sweden this year. Translations. Anyone here who has done any WordPress related translations? Yeah? I think this is an area, like, sometimes you might wonder, okay, what could I do? Or, you know, I can't write core patches but especially for the Swedish community, the translations are obviously important. And you might be in a customer project, a client project, they want it in Swedish, so you do that. So translations, I think, is something that like anyone can do. There is this, what do you say, the translation hub on translate.wordpress.org. So all you need is a WordPress.org account to go there. There's also this very practical good talk at the Last WordCamp in November around how to translate. So please find that on YouTube or the WordCamp site if you're unfamiliar with the process. But another interesting aspect which I wasn't aware of, and I just reached out a couple of days ago, which I got from Tobias or Torbjörn Fjellner, Toby Fjellner there, was this Swedish glossary. So obviously when translating, and especially maybe within WordPress, there might be some terms which are, we need to be consistent in what we call them and etc. So there's this glossary, and then there's this browser extension for Firefox and Chrome. You install that, and that actually changes your translation screen, so you can get these suggestions or for example, post. What's a post? Yeah, we typically call it inleg and so on. So check that out if you're interested in translations. Yeah. And then, as mentioned, the discussion started around the WordCamp Nordic. I haven't been able to find any more official information around it, but it's still being discussed. There is another Slack for it, wcno.slack.com. But as from what I understand, it's being discussed that Oslo might be the first ones out this year, and then continually the other Nordic countries would organize these things. So the last part, where do you want to participate? So I'm hoping that maybe you find something here which seems interesting and you wanna go look at. And connected to that is find something that's interesting. You might want to feel that you want to help. So from my own experiences, sometimes it's been that it's difficult to, because there's so many things that you could do, and maybe you work with WordPress, you want to contribute back a bit and so on. But there's so many things that sometimes you can feel that you're not even doing anything. So then I would suggest, choose one of these things, maybe the one you're most passionate about, or just go for something, pick that as a focus, and then, obviously it'll have to be done on your free time or so try to set the boundaries for yourself and goals according to that, and go for it. So yeah, jump in. And as a last slide, I just had some thoughts on what I hope that we as a community can continue to do within the Swedish WordPress community. So I hope that we can continue to be an including company, that we share its diversity and let anyone feel comfortable come in and participating. I hope that we can continue to keep a low threshold to join. If you want to participate, it shouldn't be difficult. Even though we have this Slack, right now it might be a bit difficult to find exactly how you do that. But it should be easy, just as WordPress itself is. That we have a growth mindset, so that we encourage learning and sharing so that we can all grow. Like, this can be difficult sometimes. Like, sometimes you might think that, okay, I can't say this, or I can't look like I don't know this, or things like that. But if having a growth mindset, you have the mindset that you don't know everything. You're eager to learn from others and grow. And yeah, I hope that we can continue to grow the Swedish WordPress community. So that's me. Any questions related to anything that I throwed at you here?